Hey creator, and welcome back to another The Mindful Creators Knitting Podcast. It is episode 27 and I have quite a lot to show. I don't think it will be a very long episode. But as you know, if you have been here before, welcome back. I think that sometimes and then it happens to be a very long episode, so we'll see. You already know. So if you're new here, hi, I'm Fen. I'm the face behind The Mindful Creators. I'm a yarn dyer based here in the Netherlands. I have a really fun online community group that I have some news about that I forgot to tell you last time. And I love knitting. I love yarn. I love knitting. I really enjoy doing it. And I always love showing what I'm making in these podcasts. And for this time, I have a finished object. I have some new yarn, which never happens. And what else did I want to tell you? What else? I have some new cast on. So it's an exciting one. I'm excited about it. I haven't been able to knit the last few days. My wrist is acting up again. So I was like, okay, let me do the podcast and it feels like I'm doing something with knitting still. So let me show you what I've been working on and what I casted on, and let's get into the video. So as I just said, I have a new finished object, and it actually is something I casted on just before last week's video. I'm pretty sure I casted on then already, and I wanted to have it finished for my craft fair that I just did. Which didn't happen eventually, but I did take it with me as just a whip and people were loving it. And it is with one of my newest colors, because it is already closed now, but I just released a new collection, the Dreaming of Spring collection. This covered here is where the rest is what is now left over, and something that needs to be kept for orders that I'm now going to be dyeing up, because those are connected with other things that I have to dye up, if you get what I mean. I'm a little sniffy, by the way. I don't know if you hear it a lot, but it takes me a little bit more energy to talk. So just keep that in mind. But as I said, I casted something on last time and I finished it right now, and I will show it to you here. It's so funny, by the way. You see all the colorful yarn, and I'm so like darkly clothed today, if that's how you say it. But I like both sides. I like my dark greens and blues, but I also love the brighter colors. So I made this top. This is a raglan top-down t-shirt, and this is actually a yet to be released pattern. This is from Lily Kate France, and this is her movement tee. This is now a test knit. It's being tested right now. However, I do feel like so many people in the group have already finished one, or maybe two even, and this is a really quick knit. If you know me, I don't like doing test knits. I've done one before and I was like, I'm never doing it again. But since I already put a deadline on myself for like finishing this before the fair, I was like, why not just add a test knit to it, because I did like the pattern. Funny thing, the pattern is actually striped. I will just put up a picture from her sample, from Lily, her sample. But she also said like, okay, I'd love to see like solid versions, or solid with like a contrast at the edge, and I just chose to do fully solid version. You probably get why if you see the color, or when you see the color of this yarn. So this was one of the colors from the Dreaming of Spring collection, and this is called Wildflower. And my god, this color was so popular. I have a little bit left over here in the skein. I have to say that this version that I'm making now takes a little bit more orange than the fingering weight yarn. So this is in my Bouncy DK base. This is a 100 gram, 225 meters, which is in yards. Do I have a label here? No, I'll put it on the screen so you know, because I know a lot of people from the US watch here. So yeah, this is a DK weight pattern. I used 2.5 skeins, so this is what I have left over, and I put it in my Ravelry page, and I thought it was about 50, a little bit less than 50 grams. I made a size 2. I do feel like, I think my gauge is pretty, well, not spot on, but really close. And it does fit a bit more form fitting. I'll put up a little video here. I don't know where in the screen, probably just in front of me, so you can see how it fits. It is really fun because you work it top down. It is a raglan and it is almost sleeveless. I don't know how far the video is, but I'm going to show to you now what they mean with that. So when you are at the splitting for sleeves, you put the sleeves on hold for a second and you knit the sleeves later. The fun thing is you just knit a few rows and then you're already going to start the ribbing. Or ribbing, it is not really ribbing, it is a cuff. It is actually a double folded cuff, as you can see here. This is where it begins and ends, just the same as the collar, and that is the fun thing about this top. That's what makes it unique. So it is there's almost nothing to knit there, so that makes it also really quick. I have to say about that, I do think it looks good on me, the top, as in it looks like it's fitting like it should be and normal. However, if I would knit it again, I would like to knit the sleeves just a little bit longer, because it does feel like pretty open here, and I don't know if that's my preferred feel, but it could also be that I'm just not used to wearing t-shirts anymore in here in the Netherlands, because before we are able to wear t-shirts it has to be like 20 degrees. I feel like for a little while before I was like, okay, I'll put a t-shirt on. So yeah, that could be a me thing, but keep that in mind if that's something that you also would find important. For the rest, there's some really fun detailing here. I'm gonna put my hand in so you probably can see it a little bit better then. As you can see here, there is this really fun detailing here in the raglan seam. And this actually trails down to the side. So the outside lines, no, it's just both of the lines. Both of the lines go down all the way to the side of the top, and I think that is such a fun detail. Yeah, all the way down until you stop and do the ribbing. So the bottom does have ribbing. Lily herself explains that if you do the folded band at the bottom, it won't look good. So there's a ribbing at the bottom, and I do like that. I think that looks good on the top. So yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out, especially because it was such a hit at the craft fair and just the collection in general. I didn't expect this color to do well at the craft fair. I did expect it to do pretty well online, but at the fair I didn't at all, and people were loving it. People loved it together with these are my swatch left. This is like my oopsie swatch leftover box in there. Together with Spring Flame. Oh, it really shines. It does shine even more on camera than in real life. So Spring Flame, and here you can see Wildflower on fingering weight. These two, and Lavender Fields, by the way, I'm saying this, but these two were really popular. But I think even the most popular, oh, there goes the skein, was Lavender Fields. These are my swatch leftovers, as I said. Lavender Fields has the most beautiful little speckles. I don't know how we got there, but ooh, focus, yeah. I don't know how we got there, but I was like, let me just tell you what was the most popular. It was really fun. The collection is closed now. As I said, I'm going to be dyeing up all the orders. And if I'm sure, like, okay, everything, I have enough of everything and this is what I've left over, it will go up in the shop. But that will take a little while before that happens, but I will let you know probably on Instagram. So if you want to be kept up to date of these things, yarn, what I'm doing, what I'm knitting on, everything, just follow me on Instagram, because I'm there daily probably. Here I try to be there weekly. For example, I've now not posted for 2 weeks. One of the weeks was the craft fair, which I already said I wouldn't be here, and the other week was last week. I was just still pretty tired and busy with other things, so, but I'm back. But yeah, the Movement Tee by Lily Kit Friends, it will release mid-May. I'm not 100% sure of the exact date. I think it is the 17th of May, but I'm not 100% sure, so keep an eye on her Instagram. But yeah, it's a really fun t-shirt. It's a DK weight t-shirt. As I said, I used 250 grams for my size, which was size 2. I could size up for a little bit more of a loose fit. If I make this again, I might do that. Quick knit. So that's good to know. I knitted it in total a week and a half. Okay, in total, like from start to finish, it was 2 weeks. But keep in mind, I was really busy with market prep. I had really little time. I can knit a little bit fast, but I really did not have a lot of time. Maybe I wasn't able to knit every day, and if I was able to knit maybe an hour or hour and a half, I did have 1 or 2 days that I had a little bit more time, but it was really, really quick. So if you like that, then keep an eye on this one. I think it's a good one. I like Lily Hair Patterns. I'm working on another one, not actively, so I'm not showing it here, but it's the Surpass sweater by her, which is beautiful too, and she has some other really good patterns in her portfolio, to say it like that. Well, if my camera angle changed, that is because my battery was already dead. I thought I charged it, apparently I didn't, so I took some time, and I'm gonna see how far I get, because I couldn't wait for like hours. After finished objects, we always go into some news because I always have so much things to share with you, and this is something really exciting, yarn related news that I really want to share with you. So this year I'm going to be doing my first ever yarn advent as a yarn dyer. So I started yarn dyeing last summer, but it was a little late to still do an advent, also just because I didn't really have the audience to do an advent. Maybe I would sell a box or something. And I think this year I still have no idea how it's gonna be going, but there are definitely more people interested in the yarn than when I just started. So I'm gonna be doing an yarn advent. And last week, yeah, I think last weekend, I announced what the theme of the advent is going to be. And the yarn theme is going to be Gelateria Italiana, because I love Italy and I love ice cream. And I just knew I wanted to do something that is close to me. I've been thinking about doing like an Italian themed yarn color or something, but I do feel like a lot of the colors that I would come up with right now are very muted, very neutral, very like more like a lot of beiges, and that's not something really I do a lot. So I was like, okay, what can I do? I'm obviously holding something that I'm going to talk about in a second too. So I came up with like ice cream in general. So this is just my thought process behind it. Maybe that's fun to know, I don't know. For yarn advent, you do have to make a lot of different colors. 24 minis is what I'm going to be doing, and 1 full color, so 25 colors. So there are so many fun themes that you could do, but there were some other themes that I thought about that was like, okay, I don't know how I'm gonna get 25 colors out of this that are different enough, interesting enough for a yarn advent. And after some brainstorming, I was like, ooh, ice cream is good. So there are so many different ice cream flavors, colors that you can do. So I landed on ice cream, but then I was like, okay, well, how can I make it more me? So yeah, Gelateria Italiana is what it became, because that is just Italian ice cream shop, just to translate it. I did learn, by the way, by Alice, maybe you're watching, hi, that it is gelateria, which I didn't know. Because I thought I made a typo in my post, and apparently I was good, but I think it might be both, maybe be used, I'm not sure. Gelateria Italiana is what the theme is, and I'm going to put the calendars live next weekend. So when you're watching this, it's probably weekend for you. It's Tuesday for me, and they're going to be live the week after, which is, let me quickly see which dates those are, because then I don't have to put it in Instagram, because that's all extra work. Probably, I think the Friday the 3rd or the Saturday the 4th is when it's going live. But then again, follow my Instagram, because there is where I will update. Right now I am working on really putting my color palette in, because I do have a lot of ideas for the colors in my head, but I also want to put a little bit more on like a picture on Instagram, so people have a little bit more of an idea what kind of colors you can expect. What I'm thinking right now is soft but also colorful, probably warm and cool toned, both of them. And I'm not necessarily going for a fade, but I do want them to go together. So there will be probably like as in a fade from like a logical fade from colors. I'll put up a picture from my first yarn fair I did this year, where I made a what did I say, mini wall. A mini wall, and you can see here that those colors still go pretty well together. Not all of them, of course, but as in, if you put like all 2 options together, there will be different colors, which is what I would like. And something like that, as in fitting together, not necessarily fade, but fitting together, is something that I would really like to do. So I'm not sure if I will be doing browns, for example. There's chocolate ice cream, of course, but I also do want to give myself some creative freedom, so I will give a guideline, and that is what I'm going to be working off of. So I'm really excited about that. If you're interested, as I said, keep an eye on the Instagram, keep an eye on the website, because it will go live there as a pre-order. I probably will keep them up for like 2 weeks, maybe longer, or until I have to close if it gets too busy. Which I don't necessarily expect to happen like really quickly, so I do think you have some time to think about it. If you have any questions about it, let me know below. Prices, color palette, pattern ideas will all be told on my Instagram story. I also have already, which probably I will do today, asked what kind of bases you want. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm going to be dyeing them up after the pre-order closes, and I'm going to be making a blanket for myself. So that's what I'm holding here, because I'm not yet sure about what blanket I want to make, but I started a square of the my god, Sweet Shell blanket by Laura Penrose. So this is just a mini that I dyed up. My yarn fell. That I dyed up for the first yarn fair because of that mini wall, and I think this one is so cute. I don't sell this in the shop. This is for the fair, so I made like 28 colors or something in a week time, just a few days. I was a little stressful, but not as in I don't feel good. It's stressful. It's more like, okay, I have to work through this. I'm doing a lot of stuff. I'm rambling. The color, I think it's really cute. It's mostly like, I kept one of these because I really like this, and I just want to see if I like knitting this. So I just literally started like the first half of a square when I was meeting up with my friend Claudia Knits. You see her on YouTube too. And I'm not 100% sure yet if this is gonna be it. So there are a few options. I want to make this Sweet Shop blanket or the Stella quilt blanket, if that pattern is ever gonna be releasing, because I do need it a little bit soon. I don't know when it's gonna be released, because I'm gonna be knitting it up throughout the summer. Because I do want to have, as an example, I do have to keep it a secret though, so I cannot show it here, which is gonna be really difficult. Maybe in black and white. No, I'm not gonna show it, because then you can see the contrast too. It's gonna be difficult. I like sharing things. But yeah, the Sweet Shop blanket or the Stella quilt blanket, or I might even design something myself, which is what I've been thinking about too. But I'm not 100% sure yet. So it's gonna be probably one of those three, but you never know with me. But yeah, I do like, I have to add the other color, then I really know if I like knitting this. But it is pretty satisfying to see it work up. Are we gonna be a focus, please? Whoa, that has a hard time. There we go. It's pretty fun to work up. I think I'm almost at the part where you add the other color. So yeah, that's gonna be something that's gonna be happening. I'm really excited about it. I cannot wait. The response on the theme was really fun. So yeah, still learning Italian also, by the way. So it's 200, almost at 250 days or something. Don't ask me to do a conversation, because I don't think I'll be able to do that really well yet, but I do like it. Next little news thing that I want to share before I show you my new whips and in progress whips. I have an online community group, the Mindful Creators Clubhouse. If you have been following me here, you know that I find community really important. I think it's so fun about this niche here, like the knitting crochet community. We just, I don't know, we just connect over the same hobby, and it doesn't matter the age difference or that you're completely different persons. You almost always have something to connect over. And I love bringing other people together. That's mostly something I really love to do. So I started a community group a year ago, the Mindful Creators Clubhouse. It is a membership group. You pay a monthly or 3 monthly membership, and there are so many fun things that you get in return. Weekly events, make-alongs, which we're still doing. We're finishing up the Cozy Cardigan make-along. We have guest speakers, templates, a full platform where you can post, connect with each other, chat, video call. And it's really a full all-in-one platform. And we've been doing it for a year. But I do feel always like, okay, I like to reflect after a period of time and change some things up. So what I really want to tell you is that the price for the Clubhouse went down. So most of the time everything gets more expensive in the world. Well, the Clubhouse just got cheaper, or more affordable. I think that's the best way. The reason for this, I want it to be more accessible for more people all over the world. So if you are interested in meeting other people, the price actually cut in half, from 20 euros excluding tax, which is only for European countries, to 10 euros excluding tax. So that is like $11 for US, no, most I have to say $11 US then. In pounds, I'm not sure. Outside of Europe it's $11, and then in the Netherlands here it's 12 euros including tax. And yeah, we're still doing events, not weekly anymore, as in not weekly hosted by me. I'm going to be doing 2 events every month hosted by me, and then there's more opportunity for member-led events, because that's something we've really been doing too. So if you want to know more, it's definitely more accessible now, I hope. I say that, but I hope that, of course, I'd love to meet more of you in there. You can always try it out for a month. If you don't like it, you just get out of it again. You're not stuck to anything, only if you choose the 3-month option. Of course, then you have the 3 months already paid. You can just do a month and meet some new people here. It's been really fun. We've already got some new people in, also because of the craft fair. So yeah, well, the big changes now are 2 events every month by me, and then there's more opportunity. We have the classroom by another member, so that already makes 3 events every month. And then there's more opportunity to meet together whenever you want. One of those events may be good to know: craft and chats, movie nights. I really love doing movie nights, just in the weekday. There are also, for craft and chats, we also have US time zones, because we do have people from all over the world. I'm gonna be doing guest week calls every 3 months. We still have make-alongs going. I have to see until like how that's gonna develop, but right now it's still something people really enjoy. We are finishing up the cozy cardigan make-along. We will do or more like a really casual one next month, more like a challenge, and then we start the summer top make-along, which was a big hit last year. Anything I'm missing? I'm probably missing something, but if you want more information, send me a message on Instagram. It's really fun. As I said, you can just try it out. I'll link it below so you can see it there. Enough about that, let's get into some whips. So the first whip that I want to show you is also a yarn acquisition. As I said in the beginning of the video, I bought some yarn, which I rarely do, to be honest, because money is tight, and I have some things that I can choose from if I want to make it a sample at the same time. Don't do that a lot, because I can knit pretty quick, but sadly I do have some wrist issues again right now. If you have been following for longer, I always say that a lot, but you know that my wrist can act up really quickly. It's been going really well actually, but there has been multiple times last year too that I couldn't knit for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks at a time. I'm gonna see how long this takes. I think I'll be good with like a week off, max even. It's already feeling a lot better. It's very stiff right now. And I don't even know, sorry my voice. I don't even know if it is from knitting. I think it isn't actually. It just felt like, enough about that. Again, not interesting. Knitting. I don't even know where I was going with this conversation. I bought some yarn. Let me say it like that. I bought some yarn and started a new project. This is a top that I wanted to make since last year, since it released, and it is a really popular one by a very popular design that I haven't knit from before. This is the first time. I am making the Camisole number 9 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. This is my first time knitting from one of her patterns. One of the reasons, she does have beautiful patterns. Some of them are really not size inclusive, and some it's like, I try my best to always look for size inclusive pattern. You know that I find that important. I always do that for my pattern videos, but sometimes it's not always possible for what fits my body type. I sometimes have a really hard time to find something that I like to wear, and I don't want to go rambling, but sometimes there's a pattern that's like so little size, I'm like, no, I'm definitely gonna skip that. And I don't want to say that that's necessarily all our patterns, absolutely not, but I know from the beginning that I sometimes was like, maybe not. And also I do love her camisoles, like her lower cut ones, but I don't have like a huge test. But still, it's a little low for me, I think. But this is gonna be the best staple. I already know it. So if you don't know, there's little to see here, but this is gonna be a camisole. I will show it here. This is just your perfect staple camisole for your wardrobe, and I am making it in Sunday's Gone Sunday in one of the petite knit colors, and it doesn't have a color name sadly, but the color number is 5591. I'll put it in here, 5591. I have 3 skeins, which should be enough. There we go again. And yeah, I had to stop because of my wrist, but I really want to knit more on this because it is pretty addictive and it's going pretty quickly. I don't want to say fast, but quickly. It's on 3mm needles, which my friend Claudia kindly lent to me because I don't have 3mm needles. I am using her, let me see, I think this is from the Knit Pro, the Mindful collection, I'm pretty sure. I was like, I'm going to get some 3mm, but where we were at the shop, which I will tell about later, they didn't have the exact ones that I wanted. So I was like, okay, can I borrow them from you? If you're okay with that, because she has multiple. And she was like, yeah, of course, borrow them. That's all fine. And in the meantime, I'm gonna look for others for myself, because I would like to have some smaller needles. But I do like my interchangeable ones. So this is also an interchangeable my own cable, because you do also need 2.5 and 2 millimeter for this one. I might be good with just 2.5, but we'll have to see. What you do for this top, I'm pretty sure that this is the front. It looks like nothing right now, but it will look good eventually. You pick up for one of the straps, you knit, increase, 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 and then you, I think some, like about until here. It's a little hard to see, it's like a really beautiful dark blue. Then you do the same on the other side. You put this on hold, you pick up, you knit, 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 knit. Then you attach them with picking up stitches in the middle, and then you start to knit with increasing for the armholes. So this is going to be like wrapped, and then eventually I have to do a few more increase rounds, and then I have to put this on hold again and do the same for the back. So that's pretty repetitive. Yeah, this grew quite, it was like an afternoon. It's not like there's a lot here, but I was pretty happy with that because it is on 3 millimeter. It is with thinner yarn. There's quite a lot of stitches eventually, I think. But yeah, I'm enjoying this. I hope you can see the color a little bit because it is really, really dark. There's a bit of a hard time with the light right here. Maybe I can just, yeah, this is pretty accurate. It's a really beautiful dark blue. Oh yeah, there we go. Now it makes it a little bit lighter. But yeah, I love this. I think it will suit me. Why am I doing it like this? I don't know. Suit me pretty well. And this is just a good staple color. I was doubting between a green, dark green, or like a little bit of a lighter green. Not light green, but like just lighter than the dark green I had in mind. But I was like, no, this is probably better. This is more versatile for me with what I like to wear with like cardigans and stuff. And I'm really enjoying this. I know this can take quite some time to knit. So I was like, let me just already start because I really want to wear it this summer. And also after that, but also just this summer, I was like, if this is gonna be taking me 2 months, then what are we now? We're in April, May, June. Then I have it finished in June, which is perfect. That will be end of June, but I think that's good because if I would wear this on its own, it does need to be quite warm here, which you never know when it happens here in the Netherlands. But I'm really enjoying it. I think it is a really good staple. If I like it, I might make more. I'm not sure. I also, when this got announced last year, I asked the designer, okay, how many sizes gonna be? So there, what I remember from what you said then, it is 8 sizes, which I think is pretty nice. I'm not sure about the size range. I don't have it memorized right now. But I like this one till now, till what I've done just now. So yeah. Let's get onto my, I can't talk anymore. Let's get onto my next whip. My next whip is also something completely new. You can maybe see that I needed some new things. So I do have some things on my needles that I haven't worked on right now that have been on my needles for a long time. So my boyfriend's zipper sweater, I know it's not finished yet, and I will take my time with it eventually. Yeah. My surpass sweater, which I just need to pick up again. I need to unravel a little bit of the body because it is too long. I just need to pick it up. And then I also have my Leon sweater, which I probably will let rest till like maybe the summer again or fall, whenever I feel like it. So yeah, some new things. I just like some new things right now. Oh, by the way, my cardigan. I don't know if you guys here know or remember. I'm making a cardigan in my own yarn, which is really a beautiful cardigan. It's the Mayberry cardigan, which is a half fisherman's rib. I might be ripping that out. Mostly because that one is taking me so long. It is a little tough on my wrists. I haven't worked on it on quite some time. This is, by the way, the yarn that I'm using for it. And I think it could just probably be better in another pattern. So this is Coastal Breeze on Flowy Fingering and Heavenly Alpaca. No, that's not sure. Not sure. I don't know what's going on. I'm a little bit rushing. Not too much, but I don't know how much battery I have. Flowy Fingering and Mystical Mohair. These are in my shop. I don't know how much I have. I have a lot of Surrey of it left. It is, yeah, you can't see it. It's the blue here. It's really beautiful. Oh, I just love this combination. It's so soft. My mohair is really, really soft. I'm really happy with the mohair that I got from my supplier. Ooh, my wrists. Yeah, those are, ooh, I made a wrong move. You can see it needs some more resting time. But yeah, I just wanted some new things, and one of the things I wanted to work on yarn-wise is with yarn that has been eyeing me since last summer. Last summer I went to Spain for a family vacation for like about a week, and we went to Barcelona for like a day, and I dragged my boyfriend and my sister-in-law to all the yarn stores. So I bought some yarn there. Let me just get one of the labels and let me just put it on, just it shows better. Oh, sorry guys, really chaotic. I hope you're okay with that, and otherwise it's just like it is. I bought some beautiful yarn from Wool Dreamers. This is Wool Dreamers Sauna. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I think it's sauna. This is a really beautiful blend of merino. Is it merino? Yeah, merino and cotton actually. And I was really intrigued with it when I saw it, and you can see it here a little bit better maybe. It's a really fun blend. It feels a little bit more rustic. It is not scratchy though. It's pretty nice. It's really dry to the touch. It's pretty thin yarn too. It is a 2-ply, which is definitely different from what I've worked with before. I don't know, it's pretty hard to see like that. And I got it in 2 colors, and the 2 colors that I got are this color, which is called Ozetta. And you might think, who? Ozetta? Yes, from the designer Ozetta. I think this is one of her collab colors with Wool Dreamers. She collabs with them a lot. So Ozetta, and the color Groen. And Groen is actually Dutch for green. And these together, back then I thought, oh, this would be beautiful together for some color work. And someone was like, no, that's gonna be too low contrast. It's not gonna work. So I was looking for patterns, had a hard time, and just put it on hold. But it's been in my mind ever since. If I have some like different yarn, like kind of special yarn, I just really want to work with it. I just want to know what I want to do with it, you know. And I bought this without a plan. I thought, okay, 4 skeins of the green, 2 skeins of the what is it, grayish kind of, will be enough for a t-shirt or maybe a light fingering weight sweater. And I've had the hardest time in finding something for it. So I was like, you know what? I cannot find anything. Maybe I'll just try something to figure something out myself. So I'm gonna mention her again. Claudia has made a beautiful fingering weight sweater with my yarn, with flowy fingering in Field of Flowers. I don't have it here. It's this beautiful speckled yarn. I will put up a picture here of her sweater. And she modified the Monday sweater to like a fingering weight sweater, and she inspired me. I was like, okay, let me just try something up myself. I'm not using a pattern as reference, but I did make a little swatch. I was like, ooh, just gonna eyeball it a little bit. So this is the swatch that I made. I just wanted to see, there we go, how the yarn behaved, because it is a little bit more rustic. It does not all the stitches are even, because that's just how the yarn is. I know this looks really wonky. I pulled my floats a little too tight, but the funny thing is, after blocking, I felt like the color contrast was a little bit better actually. It does look better on camera already too. I feel like the contrast is a little less in real life. So yeah, I just started. I cast it on for the neckband with 3.25 millimeter needles, because those are my smallest needles. I'm gonna put this away because it's falling out of my lap. Let me see, like this. Yeah, I cast it on stitches for the neckband, and I divided the stitches for the raglan, which I've looked up just a video how to do that, how to calculate it. So this is the, oh, let me just show it. Beginning of round is here. So with this cute little stitch marker, this was from the Dreaming of Spring collection 2. These are handmade, polymer clay, made by yours truly. And I cast it on. I'm gonna just see how it goes, where it takes me. This is not gonna be like a priority knit right now. Probably is gonna take me some time. And there's not much I can tell about it right now. I'm gonna go for a raglan, as you can see. I'm doing short rows right now. I ripped those out because I wanted to do it a little differently. And we'll see. I do have a little bit of a plan colorwork wise. I'm not sure if it's gonna be like this, yeah, how do you say it? If it's gonna be literally like this thing. Can't speak, I don't know what it's called again. Can't come up with it. You probably know what I mean. I don't know if I'm gonna do the blocks like that. So we'll see. We'll see if I work on it for next time, if I'm able to work on it. I'm not sure when the next podcast is gonna be with my wrist, but I will keep you up to date on this. I had to charge again. Oh, I really need an extra battery because this one is like an hour and a little bit and then it's done. But let's get into some yarn acquisitions, because I rarely buy yarn. Berry yarn I do buy a lot. I rarely buy yarn, and I think this is the first yarn acquisition that I did since 3 months, so that's quite a bit. So I don't have a problem. Well, I do have a problem with a lot of yarn here because I have a lot of yarn here, but yeah, I just don't really have the options to buy a lot, and also I do want to work through some things before I buy yarn when I have a project in mind, most of the times. This time, not completely. So something I bought at the yarn fair that I was vending at, so the Knit and Knotbeurs in Tilburg here in the Netherlands. I wasn't planning on getting any yarn actually. It is a really good fair if you love yarn, because it's just everything yarn, knitting, crochet related. And the last day I finally was able to do a little bit of a round there. When I try to do like a round on the fairground, I will stop at like every booth and talk with you for like 20 minutes. So it takes me a long time to make my round, because I just love chatting with other vendors and everything. Connecting, networking a little bit. But eventually I was able to make a little bit of a round, and I stopped by, I think they're called Always Italy. And my friend that was with me at the moment, Kelly from Inconsistent Student on Instagram, she makes some beautiful stuff. She helped me out with during the day too with some others. But we were just walking around, and she loves green. And I saw something green, like totally up her color palette. I was like, you will like this. And we were just walking in their stand a little bit, looking what they had. And I also found something green that I really liked, because I do love green. This is it's not a match, but it is like the same tone but darker, I feel like. So I got some green yarn. I had never heard of this brand, but I got quite a bit of it. Does it say here too? No, I think this might be the brand name. Avrier? I'm not 100% sure. Let me just put it up here. It is reflecting quite a bit, it's hard to see. What it says on here, it says PO30 Merino, and it is Italian yarn. So we're fully into the Italian theme here still. It says it is made in Italy, so that's fun. Oh, here it says Silke. Silke? Yeah, that sounds very Dutch. It's also a Dutch name, but I don't know how you would pronounce it. Silke? No, I don't know. That sounds more Scandinavian. It does feel really nice. It is produced. Prodotto in Italia da aziende italiane. So I think that says something like produced in Italy, in Italia. I want to say Italian. That's how we say it in Dutch. Made in Italy, it also says here. I don't know where. They don't really say it, I think. But it is 100% Lana Virgin Iris. Oh, where I'm not right. I'm not reading the English version. Wow, 100% virgin wool, shrink resistant. So I'm curious about that. I think it is a superwash. It is quite a high twist yarn, as you can see here. But it is this beautiful color, and it was really affordable. So I was like, I cannot. The color, I love this color. Then I saw the price after. I was like, yeah, I have to get this. So I got 10 skeins. There are 50 gram skeins. We're gonna be back. Thank you. 50 gram skeins, and it has, let me see here, 100 meters, which technically would be a worsted weight, if I'm correct, or is it Aran? So one higher up than DK. They say for a sweater, if you have a woman's size 42, you need 450 to 500. It says 42. Is that the correct sizing? I don't know. I have 500 grams, so I should be good for a full sweater. I'm pretty sure I will be good for a full sweater. And I'm thinking something textured, so I have a full bag here. Because of the high twist, I'm thinking something textured. I'm not sure what it's going to be eventually, but I love the storm sweater, something like that. Or I'm still thinking about the Salty Days sweater. Is that a good one? I have the pattern for the other Kutova Kika sweater, but that's thicker yarn, I know. Or it might maybe work. I'm not 100% sure. The cable one. The one of those first cable ones. But yeah, it is a gorgeous color. As you can see here, I feel like it leans a little cooler on camera than it does in real life. And I'm excited about it. So as I said, it was affordable. It was 10 skeins for 32 euros. Pretty sure. So €3.20. Was it 32 or 23? 32, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, for 10 skeins in a beautiful color. It's really soft. They say shrink resistant, which I don't hope it means very stretchy, but we will see. I have to swatch and block and then I know what to do with it. But this was just one of those things I was like, yeah, I'd like to bring this into my stash without really knowing what to do with it. I just got a full bag. I was like, that'll probably be enough for at least something. Maybe I have some leftovers, but I rather have a little bit more than too little, because that's something that's happened before that just stresses me out. I don't like that. Don't like that at all. So I got a good deal on this, I think. And it was really beautiful, really nice owners there from the stand too, really kind. Then of course I got the sundae. Oh, there it is. So the sun is gone Sunday, and I bought this actually at Wool City, Tilburg. So again, Tilburg, I don't know how, but I don't live there. But we visited with my friends, with my knitting friends. We visited there last weekend. I had never been there. They have been, not all of them. I think 2 of us hadn't been yet, and 2 of us had been there. And it is a really cute, pretty small shop. I'll put up some pictures. But she has some really nice yarns too. So I already knew she had Sunday's Gone Sunday. And I already knew I wanted to make a camisole number 9. When we were in Copenhagen last year, I even looked at the colors there. They had a lot of beautiful colors there too. The color selection was a little bit more limited here, but yeah, that's logical. It's not a super big shop, but she had some really beautiful colors. So I bought this color, as I already showed you. It's almost like it shows up almost black on camera. Maybe it shows a little bit better on here color wise. Yeah, it's a really deep saturated blue, really beautiful. Is it? No, it's darker than a navy. I want to say it's a navy. It's royal blue is also too blue. It's just a really beautiful deep blue, and I love it. I'm really happy with it. So I got 3 skeins. And then, this is by the way the bag. Well, I wasn't planning on getting some yarn, so I didn't take a bag with me. I was like, I'm only gonna get those 3 small skeins. But I got a little bit more. So they had a little bag with their own stamp on it. If it's gonna show, if it's gonna focus, I have no idea. Probably it has been, yeah. So I got some more yarn. This is the other skein of the Sunday. I already have it laying here, by the way. Let me just take them all out, and you might already see the color a little bit. Surprise, it's green. So yeah, that's not much of a surprise, of course. This is also the card. It's so cute. A Wool Atelier Tilburg, and it's also called Wool City. So maybe you can see here. I don't think she's opened every day in the week, but you can figure that out on her website. She has Facebook, Ravelry, Instagram, email address here and here. It's a cute card. So we went there, as I said, and I was only planning on getting those 3 small skeins. And my friends were in the back, or like in the front actually, in the entry. They had like some seal yarn there, and there was one full box of this yarn. Let me show it to you. It is by, I think it is Istex. We just see here. Yeah, it is Istex. So like the yarn, or how do you say it? The brand that produced by Istex Iceland, that produces like Plutolopi, like the Icelandic yarn. This, however, is, I'm not sure if it's Icelandic yarn. Probably is if it's from there. It is soft yarn. So by Istex, this is Comgone. Yeah. It is a 100% merino wool, and it is a sport weight yarn. It is 50 grams, 150 meters, so 100 grams, 300 meters, 164 yards per 50 grams. And it says pure new wool, pure lana viera, so like virgin wool. What does it say on the front? Merino wool, great for kids wear and embroidery. That's what they say on front, which, like, that's very specific, but okay. So that yarn was in that box, and I didn't even look at it too much until I saw this color and realized, wait, it is a sport yarn. And there are a few patterns I want to make with sport yarn, sport weight yarn. So one of them I will talk in the next project thingy after this, but one other pattern that I wanted to make is the poppy tee. So this is the poppy tee by Petite Knit. This is a pattern that I've been eyeing since last summer, since it came out. You can see here that I sometimes take quite a long time before I eventually commit to the pattern, because I do want to know if I really like it. And this is also like sport weight. You don't see sport weight yarn a lot. So I was like, okay, I really want to make that one. This is a beautiful color. Again, it's really affordable. I feel like I've been hunting like really affordable yarn, which is, it just came to me. Kind of sounds weird, but you know what I mean, I think. They were getting, I think she wasn't going to be selling it anymore. That was the reason. They were like $2.50 a ball. And yeah, Istex is a pretty good brand. I think I've never used their yarn. Of course, I know about the yarns, like the popular ones, as I said, as Plutolopi. They have other Lopi yarns. I think there are a lot of those yarns who have Lopi at the end. I don't know what it means, to be honest. Maybe someone here knows and can tell us in the comments. But yeah, I thought, okay, this is probably pretty good quality yarn. I like the color, and there was enough to make the poppy tea. So I got 6 skeins, which is 300. No, that's not true. Wait, 20. Can I count? Yeah, 300 grams of the sport weight yarn in this color. It's like an olive green. It again shows a little bit more cool on camera. I feel like it's a little bit more green in real life. Again, comes pretty close here. I feel like these are definitely different. Yeah, you can see here. Okay, this is definitely more mossy. Oh, now it shows really brown. It is not as brown as you see it here right now. Yeah, this is better. This is more mossy and this is more olive. So definitely very, so if you put them together, you see it really well. Especially the camera just highlights it even more. Definitely different kinds of greens, and I love green. However, I've never knitted anything in green. I do have this one. I have had 2 green winter jackets. My car is green. We have green accents in the house here, so why not? The girls were like, now you have to knit something in green because you love green so much. Please knit something in green. And it was quite funny because I wasn't even really planning on I wasn't gonna get it because one of my other friends, Jasmine, was having 2 balls of these, holding 2 balls of these. She wanted to make some baby knits, and she eventually was like, you know what, you're gonna be happier with this, take it, because then I had enough to make like the full top. So thank you again, I really appreciate it. Okay, I don't know if you could hear that, but my boyfriend came in. He came home. Chaotic. This is one of those even more chaotic ones than normal. So someone else said to me, like, I also said something like, oh, this is so chaotic, but I'm not gonna film it again because I don't feel like it and this is more real. And she was like, I'm so happy that you do it because indeed it keeps it real. So I hope you appreciate it. And if it's like if you're like not able to follow it at all, and I feel that during filming I will just film again. So, but I rarely like to do that, or rarely do it. I don't know where I left off. I'm happy with the yarn. I am planning on doing a poppy tea with it by Petite Knit. So yeah, that's gonna be for it. Don't know if I'm gonna cast on soon because I don't want to have too much on my needles. So yeah, the zipper sweater for my boyfriend still needs to be finished, of course. Again, got interrupted because baby Guusje decided to pee on the bed. So yeah, I'm talking about you. Come here. Come here. I'll show it to you. Come here. If you missed last week's video, we got a new family member. So this is, oh, godverdomme. She was licking my mouth. This is Guusje. Come here. Here. This is Guusje. She is a mini wire-haired dachshund and she is growing so quickly. She's already so big. So I'll put you down for a sec. I hope I'm not wet now. Ugh. I think I'm good. That was TMI. I'm sorry. So yeah, she is growing really big, but she is very much a puppy. So she does puppy things a lot. Also, last thing we got at the yarn store before I forget, we got a little sample of Ukelam. So I got the grapefruit one. I have the lavender bottle somewhere here, and I have samples of jasmine. Let's get focus back again. Thank you. I have samples of jasmine and eucalyptus, which I do like, but I wanted to have this sample again, which I also already have used before. So that was all from the yarn shop. And as I said, there's something else I want to cast on soon. So I have an idea in mind for something specific, which is also a sport weight project. And it's gonna be the Elizabeth blouse. I'll show a picture here from the pattern and for me trying it on. So the version I'm trying on is again for my friend Claudia's Knits. We are mentioning each other a lot in our videos. If you're not used to it, get used to it because it probably will happen still. So I was able to try on her version that she made in Filcolana Bernilla. No, I have no idea which one it is. I'm saying something right now. I'll put it on the screen. It's a sport weight or DK weight yarn from Vilculana. I'm pretty sure it's... I'm not sure. I don't remember. It's Peruvian wool, so maybe that helps. I got a sample in a little while ago for a Peruvian wool for my shop. And I'm going to be bringing that into the shop around August, September, probably August already. But this is a DK weight. I will show it to you. I might have already showed this to you before. It is a beautiful yarn, undyed too. It's really, really nice. And I am going to be ordering the sport weight version because I also made a little deal with Emma from Emma's Craft Corner that she can get one of her pre-orders. This is like not something I do, but she's a friend of mine. So I was like, let me just try this out. We're gonna get a bag of berry yarn together. I will dye up one of her colors that she wants, and I'm gonna use the rest to dye up my Elizabeth blouse quantity. And now I have asked a question for you, because would you like a sport weight Peruvian Highland wool in the shop? If not, that's all okay. Let me know if you like another sport weight. I don't carry sport weight right now. I don't feel like there's a lot of ask for it, that there are a lot of patterns for it, but if you would like it, let me know. This is the DK. This is already coming. So this is already set. This is coming in August, September. So keep that in mind. So those were all my project whips, and I think I'm gonna close it off for now because we have to go also in a little bit. Our pup is running around again. My boyfriend just got home. So normally I also do listening, watching, reading. Well, let me do it real quickly. We are watching, is it Fallout? Fallout. We are watching Fallout, which is really fun. Look it up on Prime, I think it was. And I am reading or listening to Shatter Me. So that was really quick. Let me just close it off by that. If you like this video, please give it a little like and follow me here if you want. It's for free. It's fun. I make video. I see my boyfriend. Like, I don't know what he's doing. He's like carrying the pup like a baby, kind of like a sling. I'm gonna close off. I will see you in the next one. And follow me here if you like, and like the video if you want. Bye. Hey. Hey. Say bye. Ow. Bye.